In contrast to last month, where hit games like Paul World and Enshrouded were released, February might not compete in that regard. However, this month will see the arrival of a few interesting AAA projects, surprising both superhero fans and those nostalgic for remakes. Additionally, there are releases from a few questionable services. So, get your keyboards and controllers ready. This time, I'll tell you about the new releases coming in February in our roundup. Let's dive in, starting with an interesting mobile release specifically for iPhone 15 Pro, iPad, and MacOS. It's the Stranding Director's Cut. To install, you'll need to download 50 GB on the iPhone and a whopping 77.7 GB on Mac. Kojima's masterpiece supports Xbox controllers and cross-saves between Apple devices. However, to truly experience the brilliance of the game, you'll only get 27 FPS on iPhone 15 Pro in the open world. The performance on mobile might not meet gamers' expectations, but there's a chance that optimizations will improve and achieve stable 30 FPS. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League by Rocksteady is set to release on February 2nd. The creators of the acclaimed Batman trilogy have spent the past few years developing an action game based on the Suicide Squad comics. While many games faced criticism before their release, even unrelated to Suicide Squad, many didn't like the generic service approach. However, let me briefly tell you about Suicide Squad. In terms of the plot, we'll play as infamous anti-heroes and battle against Batman, Superman, and Flash, who have been brainwashed and sent to commit crimes. The initial reviews are quite negative, describing the game as a chaotic epileptic experience with a cluttered and meme-worthy interface. Many are dissatisfied with the service model, the rocky start, and overall, the game has been unfavorably compared to the less successful Marvel's Avengers. However, the most disappointing aspect seems to be the storyline. Regarding the price, on Steam for PC, it costs around $80. I strongly recommend waiting for our review before making a decision. Foamstars is set to release on February 6th. PlayStation owners now have a charming alternative to Nintendo's Splatoon, Foamstars by Square Enix. Foamstars is a cartoonish online shooter for 2 teams of up to 4 players. The special feature includes weapons that shoot colorful foam, reminiscent of Splatoon's ink guns. Players can not only attack opponents, but also change the landscape's color by splashing it with foam. This alteration serves to apply special abilities and transform it into various structures like walls and platforms. It's worth noting that PS Plus subscribers can download and keep the game for free from February 6th to March 4th. After this period, the game will cost $30. Helldivers 2 is set to release on February 8th. This crazy cooperative shooter is back with the promise of more fun and alien mayhem. Similar to the original Helldivers, the sequel focuses on Earth's battle against bugs. However, this time, it's presented as a third-person shooter. Players take on the roles of elite soldiers spreading peace, freedom, and controlled democracy using the galaxy's biggest, coolest, and most explosive tools. Expect continuous action, cooperative gameplay, and total annihilation of alien waves. Climb the career ladder, tackle diverse missions, defend colonists, and liberate planets from hostile forces, including robot factions and bug-like Terminus. Each faction has unique strategies and features. You can choose a planet and mission involving tasks like bug extermination, destroying enemy supplies, and acquiring valuable data. Additionally, engage in strategic operations, launch rockets, or face direct encounters. Despite the somewhat unattractive interface and simplistic level design, the game looks decent graphically. The hope is that these nuances won't be prominent upon release. The price on both PS5 and PC on Steam is $30. Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden hits shelves on February 13th. This atmospheric narrative action RPG transports you to America at the end of the 10th century. However, in this world version, ghosts and spirits are objective facts. During one mission, Antia dies and becomes one of the spirits. In a quest of love, you embark on a journey through North America to free the heroine from the curse. Characters need to continue their mission with new abilities. Use your wit or unite the spiritual forces of Antia and Arsenal Red to defeat and expel the souls tormenting the living. Playing as a banisher or, let's say, an exile, you'll cleanse the land from darkness and uncover numerous secrets. Your decisions will have dramatic consequences. Developers promise a beautiful world, a well-thought-out story, and challenging combat. Let's see how it turns out. The game costs $28 on PC on Steam. Mario vs. Donkey Kong will be released on February 16th. While it may not be on the scale of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, for those seeking an interesting platformer puzzle for the Switch, Mario vs. Donkey Kong is worth considering. It's a remake of a 20-year-old game, but don't be alarmed. The graphics have been completely overhauled, and the game looks like a typical modern Nintendo platformer that will happily add color to dull moments in your day. Plus, it's a bit cheaper than other big games for the Switch at around $50. Warhammer 40,000, Cascade Daemonhunters releases on the 20th, offering a turn-based tactical game set in the gothic sci-fi universe of Warhammer. This time, we'll be leading a squad of Grey Knights, battling the forces of Nurgle attempting to unleash chaos upon the galaxy. Cascade is a reboot of the 1998 game, and now console owners can join the fight against the Dark Forces. The game is priced at $45 on PS5, slightly cheaper with PS Plus. It's received positive reviews from both press and players, currently holding a 78% positive rating on Steam. So, for tactics enthusiasts and console gamers, it's worth checking out. The Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons remake is set to release on February 28th. The original game was a sensation, revolving around two brothers overcoming obstacles and aiding each other to save their dying father. Fortunately, the remake seems to preserve its unique atmosphere while receiving updated graphics and redesigned landscapes and characters. Additionally, the game will see improved performance and gameplay. The brothers will face numerous challenging traps, puzzles, battles with colossal bosses, and a plethora of hidden details and secrets that complement the storyline. Combined with a soundtrack recorded with a live orchestra, there's no doubt that this already stunning game will become even better. As in the original, players can engage in solo or cooperative play for both brothers, although it's worth noting that co-opus is available only in split-screen format. The release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is scheduled for February 2nd. This is the second part of the planned trilogy remake of the iconic Final Fantasy VII saga. In this installment, players return to the bustling city of Midgar, entangled in corporate greed and environmental issues. Rebirth not only allows players to immerse themselves in the familiar world, but also introduces new storylines. The game offers numerous new activities and mini-games, including piano rhythm games and the card game Queen's Blood. Chocobos, the iconic creatures, can be purchased using in-game currency called Golden Feathers and customized. While it's recommended to first play the remake, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth promises an even more enriched experience, spanning over 100 hours of content, requiring 150 gigabytes of free space for installation. In addition, several intriguing projects caught my eye in the top-must-have list, including Suicide Squad, Helldivers 2, Skull and Bones, and Banishers. Feel free to share what interests you from the selection. If you haven't subscribed or liked the channel yet, do it now. See you on Subgamer, where we watch and play together.